Over the years, I've encountered backpackers walking the length of Great Britain and always been inspired. I've decided now's the right time for me to have a go at this myself. This is my video log. Hope you enjoy. It's only 6:30 in the morning. Yeah, not much sleep last night. A couple of van loads of college kids partying and puking on each other till 3 in the morning. I'm not joking about that. So, but on the bright side, what was really nice when I arrived at the campsite at Home Farm is to see Chris again. Still going strong, running the place. 96 he is now. So the pub said it was going to open at 5 but didn't. There were 6 of us sat outside, in fact more than that. Decided to catch a train down to Settle and eat there and get a couple of pints, so that was good. It was nice because I've never been to Settle before, so it's a nice wee place, nice station as well. Oof, that climb up Fountains Fell was more than I remember it being, but right enough my altimeter says I'm over 630 metres up, so, and clearly not much lower than Pennine. Well, it makes a change from forestry operations. You can see Malin Tarn where we're heading around. As you can see, I did end up sticking to the Pennine Way today, but I missed out Pennine. No point in repeating that. Focus on the main objective. So I'm gonna head to Gargrave today. It's back to sort of 20-ish mile days after a couple of easy ones. The weather forecast for today looked terrible, but they've calmed it down a bit this morning. It should be raining in a couple of hours time. It's starting to spit a little bit now. I mean, yesterday's weather forecast was pretty bad as well, with thunderstorms forecast, but not much came of it, you know. I got that shower, no big dramas. And as I said to a couple of other Pennine Way walkers coming the other way, I'm glad we're getting the opportunity to use the waterproofs we're carrying. So it is raining, but at least it's no blowing a gale, you know. It's nice and calm. Just went past the Malin Tarn checkpoint for the spine race. I'll still be waiting for some tail enders. So tempted to go in and get a cup of tea. So this area is so special. I ended up staying 2 nights here last time I did it. I will just be passing on through today. So yeah, I should have been down there. I've come off the right route, but just trying to fix that. So even on a miserable day, it's pretty bloody impressive and beautiful. But I am really glad to be down off that limestone pavement at the top. It's almost like nature had designed it to trap a human's legs and break them. And it's slippery as hell in the wet. But be assured the path down's fine, it's kind of a man-made thing. And that's where I camped last time, handy wee place. I'm hoping for a coffee and a scone. Makes a change from a pint. This looks hopeful. Oh, that was good. Carrot cake, 2 cappuccinos and an egg mayo sandwich. So less than 2 miles down to Gargrave, I reckon. Well, up first and then down, just over this wee rise. It's just after 1 o'clock, so pretty good timing, I think. I can check in at 2, the rain stops at 2. That's not good timing. But forecast ahead looks pretty good, so I'm not complaining. I've met a few Scottish people today. One working in the cafe and couple walking, and then a guy walking as well, and a group of Americans just down by the river. I was telling them all about the Cape Wrath Trail, as I have been to a few others. There's no way I'd be attempting this with a dog. Just to climb a stile there between 2 cows. Proper nice hotel, this. Well impressed. I kind of feel I've earned it, because that's me exactly halfway, certainly in terms of days, halfway through my journey, so I might celebrate. So that's left Gargrave at about 8 o'clock. Into much flatter ground now. Still a few rises, but oh, what a nice morning though. Too busy talking to the GoPro and just missed the turn off there. Quickly corrected. I think I better pay attention to the map a bit for this bit. Jumping in and out of fields and onto tracks. I was in the co-op earlier getting my breakfast and getting, you know, rolls for lunch as well, which is good. Looks like I'm about to get rounded up by a border collie. So you're never really high up today on today's walk, but there are a few steep rises, as I've said. Alright buddy, This is one of the more significant ones up onto Elslack Moor. I believe this takes us over towards Ribblesdale. Nice wee tribute to the folk that lost their lives during the pandemic. It's so recent, but that's gonna be huge in the history. It really is. So that's looking over Ribblesdale. You can actually see Cowling and Pinhaw Moor in the background. Cowling's where I stayed last time. I'm going to be heading over at Pinhaw Moor today. I actually had a nightmare about coronavirus last night. Come back and there were full-on military lockdowns going on. It's amazing how much on this trip I've just completely taken pubs and stuff for granted, and that's a good thing. I'm glad I feel that way about it, but there's definitely something that could still go wrong on this trip. Do you want some ham sandwich, mate? Is that what you're after? This is the Hare and Hounds. It's looking good. It's been done up. I honestly thought that was AstroTurf until I looked closer. What a gem of a place that was. The Hare and Hounds. A bit different from 7 years ago. Been done up in the last couple of years. It was immaculate. So it was rude to go past and not have a pint. So this particular stretch of tarmac's ingrained in my memory on the Pennine Way, because you know how I said this end-to-end walk was inspired by other people? This is where I met two of them that inspired me. They'd set off from Land's End and were on their way to John O'Groats. They were only in their 20s, I reckon. I just thought, wow. And I remember saying to them, I'm hoping to meet up with my dad to walk the Camino after I finish the Pennine Way. And this is, wow, that's beautiful, man. So I'm welling up here. Just had a phone call from Martin. Just brilliant. Just been flying up hills just on the energy of that phone call. Like ultra running events, you either get it or you don't. So after I've finished this walk, I've actually entered my first ultra in 7 years because of that guy Martin. So it's going to be a bit different from the old days. I won't be racing, it'll be purely about trying to finish, and all my training will be based on this walk. And you know what, I think I'm going to manage. Quite a lot of these well spaced out huts up here. It's like butlins for reclusives. Probably a bit hazy to make out on the GoPro. Just to the left of the transmitter you've got Ingleborough, and then just behind it to the right you've got Warnside, and then Pennygent's poking out a bit further to the right above the forestry bit you can see. Thanks home for tonight ahead. So there's Pondon, and that's where I stayed last night at the old Silent Inn. Setting off now, 8 o'clock. Good forecast. A few showers in the afternoon, who cares? Well, that was a bit of an adventure trying to get back onto the Pennine Way. So-called rights of way. But I'm kind of winging it today and the next couple of days. Considering wild camping tonight, pretty much my only option. So approaching the outskirts of Hebden Bridge now. You can see Studley Pike over there. Looks like a flat walk across there, but I know for sure it isn't. There's lots of hidden dips before you get there. Now, this is a bit of the Pennine Way I remember, where you can really feel the towns beginning to creep in on either side of the Pennines. Well, I promised myself the next time I see a bench I'm going to have a cookie. Big steps, regardless of the weather. Don't be wearing shorts in this bit. Quite a nice wee section. Some of the houses up there and the little stone terraces kind of reminds me of little villages around Sorrento. So does the weather at the moment. I was just about to say this would be a bugger in the wet, and then I just hit a bit of moss and started sliding. Got a bit of shade, and yeah, the humidity is really high. Thunderstorm forecast warning started at just midday there, but I think it's more for towards the east. Looks squint. There's a whole group of them northbound on the Pennine Way. Not sure if you'll make this out, but way in the distance you see the high rises of Manchester. I guess that feels kind of significant to me because I started at Cape Wrath and I can now see Manchester. Oh! So I appear to have screwed up a bit. The White House Inn, which is probably about 2 miles walk from here, is where I was planning on getting to refill my water bottle, have a couple of beers and maybe get some food early, but I checked the times and it actually shut for lunch about 20 minutes ago and doesn't reopen till 5:30. It's 2:20 just now. Oops. I mean, I've got my water filter anyway, it's no big drama, but it would have been nice. I had been looking forward to that. It might still be open and serving drinks, but that's not what the Facebook page says, but let's find out. Nice that the clouds have come over a bit as well, which is a blessing. So that was quite fortunate. The White House Inn was shut, but the door was open. She was still cleaning up. The guy sat there finishing his bitter, and she says, well, we're shut, but I can fill up your water and you can have a quick half or pint of Coke or whatever. So I did that. That solved a lot of problems, so I can now cook when I want to. That's the M62. I don't know where I'm going to end up today. I'm just walking very mellow until it gets dark, I suppose. So just met a mother and daughter out walking. They're just walking really nice and mellow, hoping to pitch up in the evening just wherever they get to. Awesome. They said, I'm afraid you've just missed the cafe, and so did we. It shut at 4. So this is White Hill, which most certainly has a white trig point. I've carried this couscous all the way from Cape Wrath. I'm ready for this. Well, wherever I end up tonight, I'm certainly tired enough to sleep. Just waiting for it to get a bit later, let the sun go down a bit, and I'll put the tent up down over by Black Moss Reservoir. You can see where the thunderstorms are, right over there.